Breaking right now at 7, a mass shooting in Northwest D.C. 5 men shot, leaving 2 people dead and 3 injured. Thank you so much for joining us for DC News Now at 7. I'm Tasmin Mahfouz.
Good evening. I'm Chris Flanagan. We begin with that breaking news tonight on O Street. Our DC News Now reporters bring you live team coverage. Leonard Fleming with more on the police department's struggle to control crime in this area.
Yeah, but first we start with Daniel Hamburg. And Daniel, residents are still feeling on edge as police right now looking for the suspects.
Yeah, Tasmin and Chris, police are just about wrapping up their investigation here on O Street. That's toward the intersection of North Capitol Street behind me. Now, this happened all around 1:00 p.m. this afternoon. There was a black SUV that police are looking for. You can see it on your screen. The SUV, police say, was going south on North Capitol when it turned right onto O Street and stopped. Police say 2 shooters got out, shot 5 adult black men, got back in the car and drove west on O Street. It happened right outside a senior citizen's home where the 5 men were outside. When police arrived, they found 2 men dead on the street and say the other 3 walked into a nearby hospital. It turns out U.S. Marshals witnessed the shooting, which should be helpful in the investigation. Police found a lot of shell casings on the street. I talked with a man named Glenn who works in a nearby building with about 80 other artists. He said he heard what sounded like a loud pounding at least 20 times. Police believe it could be drug related.
DC is getting out of control. What are they going to do to fix this? It's ridiculous. This is the nation's capital. We should be the safest city in the country.
We continue to pour resources into this area, but until we can get these narcotics off the street and get to the root cause of why this shooting took place, we're going to keep pouring away at that.
Again, part of O Street remains closed. Police tell me they are almost done here and the road will be open shortly. Again, police are asking anyone with information or especially security video from a car or a nearby building to give them a call. The status of those 3 victims, we are not sure their conditions, but at the time, police said they don't believe they are in critical condition. We're live in Northwest D.C. Daniel Hamburg, DC News Now.
All right, Daniel, thanks. And during today's news conference, D.C. police also talked about how today's mass shooting was a result of what they call an open-air drug market.
Yeah, and with more on that, we're continuing our live team coverage. Leonard Fleming is joining us live. And Leonard, you're getting inside information about the department's struggle to control crime in the area.
Good evening, Chris and Tasmin. This was a nightmare on O Street. Behind me here was the shooting of 5 people, 2 dead, where residents have told me they've had problems with shootings in this area, and police have said gunplay and violence has been a problem in the district. You'll hear in a few seconds the Assistant Police Chief Benedict talking about how they're trying to get guns off the streets of the district and making a difference in that effort.
And this police department has seized more guns this year already than all of this time last year. We're over 2,000 guns recovered. So it's not that our police department isn't out there. Our detectives, our patrol officers, our violent crime suppression division, they're going after these guns and they're getting guns off the street. That's an important piece of this. But a lot of these issues are escalating to gun violence very, very quickly.
Yes, the problem is bigger than the solution, folks, and the police are still trying to make a dent in this situation, and they're trying their hardest to get a control of the crime problem and the gun problem, which has been plaguing this district for a long time. Leonard N. Fleming live, DC News Now.
Leonard, thanks. Of course, we'll have updated information coming up, all new DC News 9 at 9 o'clock and 10 as well. Meanwhile, developing tonight in the Southeast, investigators are trying to find out who's to blame for an early afternoon crash involving a DC fire truck and a